And that has huge effects. So the first thing is, in the last couple hours, we had a slight wobble north. Doesn't sound like much, only about 10 miles, but that has now shifted that landfall position. Instead of just right over Sarasota, now the landfall is going to be a little bit up the coast into southern Tampa Bay near Bradenton. And that means that Sarasota is the unfortunate one sitting where the worst storm surge will occur. So that's one thing that's happened. The other thing, the forward speed was supposed to slow down. We're still cruising at 17 miles per hour. It hasn't happened yet, and that's why instead of like landfall at midnight or 2 a.m., now we're thinking maybe 9 p.m., 10 p.m. If it doesn't slow down, maybe even an hour before that. So this is really quickly going to get serious here in Sarasota and southern Tampa Bay. You're getting very close to that northern eastern portion of the eye wall. We'll take a closer look at that. And some dry air and shear has done its job. I mean, we went from 185. This morning we were about 160, and now we're down to 120 miles per hour. We want the wind as weak as possible because that means a lot less wind damage, less people losing power, less people have to do repairs on their structures. But we're already locked in on the storm surge, the rainfall, and of course the tornadoes, which we've had all day long. So here's the new path from the Hurricane Center. The earlier was just south of Sarasota, and now that center line is up here along the southern portions of Tampa Bay. And the reason that's so important, we've been saying all along, is because if this line goes north up into Pinellas County here, that storm surge at landfall will rush incredibly fast through Tampa Bay and be extremely destructive to thousands of properties. Now we're mostly focused on those properties south here of Sarasota down to Venice, down to, a little bit in Port Charlotte and Fort Myers, but not the brunt of it. Not like we're going to see up here northwards from Venice up to Sarasota. Then we take it just south of I-4 as a Category 1 hurricane in the middle of the night. This is torrential rain from Tampa to Orlando. Wind damage also in those areas. A lot of trees. You're going to have power out in some spots for over a week, I'm sure. Our computer lines, they're still south of this, but look where our storm is. They're north of those lines, Hallie. That was because of that wobble that we saw in the last couple hours. And the biggest impacts is going to be the storm surge changes. Now we're looking at about 9 to 13 feet. We're no longer saying that 10 to 15. That's because we knocked those winds down a little bit to Category 3 instead of Category 4. But a 9 to 13-foot storm surge in this zone is still very problematic. So again, we're in the last couple hours here. I know everyone in the Tampa Bay area is holding their breath. It's a very close call.
Bill, I want you to stand by for 1 second because on the right side of the screen, we're showing live pictures coming in from some of those cameras that are posted up across the region. That's Tampa Bay on the upper right-hand side of your screen. Just below it earlier, you might have seen the pictures coming out of St. Pete when you saw people had pulled up in an SUV. They switched the driver and the passenger as they were looking to drive along, presumably to get out of Dodge, essentially. Bill, the tornado factor has been one that has developed in a big way today. Can you talk through that as we're taking a live look here at St. Pete?
You might have to
this has been prolific at producing tornadoes during the day. We've had some big storms too. And what we're looking at here, this is north of the center, so the wind is blowing offshore, and that's why the water levels are not that high. It's like an anti-surge. Right now, the wind is being blown out of Tampa Bay and away from St. Petersburg. That's why you're not seeing any water there on the street. I've already seen reports from Naples and up towards the Fort Myers area. We're now in minor, heading towards moderate flood stage because the storm surge is up about 3 or 4 feet in those areas, and it's coming in. That's what will eventually this evening come up the coast. I know you asked about the tornadoes.
Morning,
last count I saw was 13 tornadoes reported. You can see them dotting the map, 2 of them near Fort Myers.
Let's close that. I'm good. How are you this evening, madam? Lady. I don't think I should call you madam. That sounds rude. What am I doing? All right. There we go. Well, I am glad you're good today. It's a good day to be good. Well, I mean, every day is, right? But you know what I mean. Okay. I don't know if you can tell, but we're going to do jelly printing this evening. Jelly printing! Woo! I got some toys to play with and some paints to play with. Oh, my tummy is not happy with me. Huh. I need this dish right here. I need this dish. Jelly printing. I think I might be missing my tissue paper for this. I'm not sure where it could be. This is vellum, which would be fun, but would make a giant curly mess. That is also vellum. What are you? I don't know what this is. Let's find out what this mystery pack of paper is. I am not in the storm area. Florida is very far away from where I am. I do have friends in the storm area, and I have some relatives that are recovering from the last storm, but won't be in this one, thank goodness, because it's taking a little bit of a different path. Oh. All right. So my show is going to start in 2 minutes. So Lisa, I'm going to run upstairs and let my cats, I'm going to let one cat out and one cat in, and then I'll be right back and we'll get to doing this. So give me just a minute to take care of kitties. Kitties! Where's the kitties? Come on, Mama. I heard you. Alrighty, Aphrodite. Oh, let's not do that. Okay. I'm late for my own show. Goodness sakes, man. Hello, peeps. Alright, let's get started. We need to do some gel printing. Woohoo! So, I need to do some practice pages, so we're going to start with that. Get the larger jelly plate all warmed up. I need blue and slightly other blue and slightly other blue and slightly other blue. Okay. Whoops, wait a minute, one more. Let's take this one too. Alright, so I have a selection of blues. This warm-up stuff will be fairly monochrome. Yep. And she's back. It's just me. Somebody else is here with us too, but they haven't said hi yet. So, hi, other person. We have a lurker. There's a lurker about. Oh! Also, just so we know ahead of time, today's wine is Cederberg Spice, made from grape wine and with natural spices. I don't know what it means that it's made from grape wine. Does that mean it's not actually wine? It's just some sort of, I don't know, grape juice kind of thing? I'm not sure. Oh my goodness, now I've messed up my camera. Hold on, I gotta... Yeah, I messed it up alright. Look at that. Okay, so we're gonna... well, that was less than ideal. I just knocked down my, Shoot. Alright, bear with me a bit. I hope I didn't make anybody seasick yet. Don't get seasick. I just knocked my speakers down, and this wire for my speakers hooked onto the wire for my microphone. My microphone stayed plugged in, but I can't imagine that kind of pressure on it is going to be good for it. I suppose I should stop what I'm doing and pick them up. Oh, now my camera's not staying where it's supposed to be. Well, okay, let's try this again. All right. No more adjusting, no more seasickness, I swear. I'm just going to move this over to here instead so I can do my brayer off over here. And I will bring this into camera by turning it sideways. I want it this way anyway. Well, more often than not anyway. All right, there we go. Camera repaired. I hope you protected your eyes. And let me grab my speakers before they rip the whole system apart again. Okay, actually I can't reach them. Well, this is an interesting way to start. I can tell you that. Interesting beginning, to say the least. Okay, so I'm having to go around to the back side of my desk. In case you're wondering where I am and what the heck is going on. I gotta pull these speakers back where they belong. I'm getting kitty fur in my face. There we go. All right. Let's try that again. Wow. Okay. All right. I really need some buffers, don't I? Look at how that's just so flippin' bright. You've been waiting all week for this? Oh! I hope you like jelly printing then. Because I actually have an assignment I need to fulfill. I have to get some pages that are going to end up being turned into price tags and business cards for an upcoming craft fair. And they need to look like an Aether Mage theme. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing tonight. Let's see now. Let's get started with some fun. Because if we don't, I'm going to go a little nutso here. Or, break another thing. Which is, fairly likely that if I am left to my own devices, I'll break another thing. Yep. I'm here to tempt fate here. There we go. And there we go. Ho ho ho. Okay. All right. The first thing I need to do is get this plate warmed up. So I'm just going to start with play with some textures. Rawr. Okay, maybe we won't use that one because it won't open. Seems like a good reason to throw that one away, perhaps. Let's use that one. I haven't had this thing out in a while. Let's see if we can get it to be bubble free. All right, enough playing. You can see it's at, well, maybe you can see. No, you really can't see that much, but it is sort of beating up a little bit. That should fix itself as it warms up. And I'm going to play with some textures, like I said. And here is play number 1. Oh, good grief. Echo, send a message to Justin.
Okay, Cheryl. What's your voice message for Justin then?
I apologize already, but please come and let Suni back outside.
Got it. Ready to send?
Yes.
Sending now.
Okay, so, wow, that's super tone on tone. So this is definitely not going to do what I wanted. But that's okay, because we'll just do another layer on the same papers and of the same design, and then we'll see what happens. All right, so Lisa, what's new and wonderful on your end of the planet? There is not much of anything new on my end of the planet other than it is unseasonably warm. Oh, nope, I took too long. That dried too much. And as glary as it is, I think I need to leave this light on. I apologize for all of the glary stuff. Will that help? Not really. Would this help? Yeah, that would help. I think I'm going to leave that piece of paper right there. In fact, let's just fold it up and make it that spot right there. Oh, it's sunny and warm finally. You guys are getting us a nice springtime, huh? All right, so think I'm just going to use this cobalt, not the metallic. Well, it's our autumn, but it usually gets, usually get a nice chill, and then we'll have another like warm spurt, and then it'll go cold again for winter, but it's been unseasonably warm. Okay. Okay, brayer off. Turn it over. I will texture more quickly this time. Lay down, you. I'm not going more quickly. It seems to be going just as slow. Ooh, that's cooler though. And then let's see if I can go fast enough. So far, no. So far, big fat no, because I didn't have my paper ready. All right. There we go. All right, let's see if I pulled anything up. I did! Ooh, okay, this one might be cool. All right. That's already starting to do what I want. Okay, now I feel like the show's really starting. Let's do some jelly printing. So I'm gonna try, let's try a little of this purple and a little of this blue. Oh wait, these are the ones that don't open. Oh shoot. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Come on. You can do it. No, it's not. Okay. Well, maybe we're just not going to use those at all. What if I do the same tone as the paper? Come on. In 2 spots. And I'll do the cobalt in the middle a little. And then what? And then we'll try it. Same texture and same texture and same paper. We go. I suppose the splotches won't really matter if the texture part works too, right? It won't matter that much anyway. Okie dokie. Artichoke. Tap the little on. Oh, okay. I'll do that. So I can. You mean so I can try those ones that won't open, right? I will try that. Either that or I have a pliers over there that I can grab too. And just squeeze it till it decides to come off. If none of our ideas work, I might just punch a hole in it with a knife and use it. We're going to get the paint out of those bottles one way or another. Alrighty. Yeah, I went too slow. Too slow, Joe. Too slow. Let's just do another layer on this same page, though. I was going to do that earlier, but then I needed it over here for glare purposes. Nope. Yep. Okay. Oh, I know. Here, just one more time. I can hold it down with the little rubber feet. Then it won't escape anymore. Okay, let's just put another layer of the same texture on top of this and go ahead and do the metallic this time. I'll use the same 2 pieces of paper, actually. Metallics dry so quick, though. I don't know how I think I'm going to win this battle. I am not likely to win this. Doesn't matter too much, though, does it? It's still warming up the plate no matter what. And I get to play with my texture makers. Okay, there's that one. Move that over. Put this down quick. Squish. And see if we can get this. What are you doing today, Miss Lisa? What's on your agenda on this fine Thursday morning? Okay, ready? Oh, okay, there we go. There we go. Look at that. Oh, Suni. Sweetheart, are you okay? Suni. Oh, ouch. That looked like it hurt. Where did you go, honey? Suni. Sweetheart, come on. Did you get hurt? Suni? Okay, I don't know where she went. Poor thing. She tried to jump up, caught herself on a piece of paper, and slid right off and hit her stomach on the side of my desk and on my chair. She didn't cry though, right? So she probably isn't hurt. I'm gonna go with that unless she comes back at me complaining. All right. Poor Suni Balloony. She missed her mark. She's usually a really good jumper. Suni, do you want to get in your bed? Come on. Come on, little girl. This one turned out really cool too. This is the one I used to pull the texture off a bunch of times, and I think that one turned out pretty cool. This one actually might be really good for the project. And I'm going to do a different texture now. I'm done with this one, at least for a little while. And let's warm up with what? Let's warm, oh, okay. This one is probably not for this project. Oh, that sounds like that's a good Thursday morning. Visiting neighbors. Some of them close to home, some of them on the other side of the planet. That's Thursday morning visiting neighbors. All right, so this is the texture I'm going to do next. I'm not sure how this is going to be. This is probably not at all for the Aether Mage project, but I still want to see what it does for textures, so we're going to try this anyway. I think this might be a big mistake. That is, because that's way too much paint, but I already see bits of glitter in my jelly plate. I'm assuming that will wreck your jelly plate if you're not careful. So this might be a once and never again. I had no idea what this stuff was when I ordered it. I did not know that it was going to be... Oh, I'm all choppy. Oh, it's because of the paint. Stop it. Alright. So, I'm going to put this on. This is probably going to drive my camera nutso too. But it'll be over soon, camera. Don't worry. And then we're going to try this, because I need to know if this is going to work at all, or if it's just going to curl up way too much. Oh, it's curling up. I thought so. Look at that. Too funny. All right, well, I'm going to just try to get some of this anyway. Be stubborn. Try to get at least one thing out of it. The holes in this are way too little. This paper is way too vellumy. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna quit. And we'll just see what happens. Still looks like it might be cool. We'll see. Just a minute here. Well, the plate's still good after glitter pens. Well, that might be a good indicator if this is going to work. I sure like this right here after it's been painted blue. That's actually super cool. I like it. Oh, the camera can't stand that stuff. Okay, don't use that on camera, apparently. Too much glitter for the camera. All right, let's see what we got. We have a really blurry, fairly messy thing. That looks like future background paper. Collage fodder. That's what that looks like. Okay, let's not do that one again. I do have some burlap, though. I want to try that. I'm not going to be able to pull up much through burlap, but I am going to be able to get texture into the paint I put down. So that's good. Also, the plate seems to be warming up pretty nicely. The paint seems to go on pretty smooth right now. As far as I know, that's a good sign. You know what? You should pull your textures out before you start putting paint down. And then I'm going to try to pull up with this. Yeah, I didn't think any would come through. Just try to get some good contact everywhere. Oh, this looks like it might be cool. Well, hello, Casey. How the heck are you this evening? Welcome to Wine With Me Wednesday. And jelly printing. I am fairly new to jelly printing in that I have only had 2 sessions before. And tonight I'm working on an assignment. I need to do some jelly prints and end up with some pieces that could be attributed to an Aether Mage theme. Let's see what I got. So right now I'm just warming up the jelly plate. And then I have some ideas of stuff to play with to create an Aether Mage situation. Okay, so I don't know what the deal is. I keep missing areas. But that's still pretty cool texture. I will definitely play with that. I think I'm going to do another pull on this same paper. Let's try that light blue on top of this, on top of what's left. Oh goodness. Long day at work? Have you come home to craft along with me now? I don't think you've ever... I have never seen you on my channel before. I'm so happy you're here. You have no idea. It's always exciting to see people come and hang out and say hi for a bit, right? Alright. Alright, we're going to try this. No texture again because there was still some on there. So I'm just going to see if I can get dimension in one texture. I bet I can, but I don't know for sure. Actually, if I wanted more dimension, I should have done the metallic, huh? Because the metallic would be semi-transparent. We'll see. We shall see. Oh, yep. Okay, I'm very happy with this. Look at that. I am very happy with that texture. That's cool. That's a lot of dimension in just 2 easy pulls and some burlap. Okay, I'm happy with that. We got some background stuff going on. All right, and now there's still blue on here. But not enough. What do I want to do? I guess I'll try the metallic. It's the only thing I haven't tried yet. I don't think there's a ton of anything on here, so I think I'm going to do the metallic twice. I think I'm going to do the metallic, texture it, and then pull it with metallic. I don't know what that'll do. I mean, it's possible it does nothing at all. It's possible it turns out really cool, so I guess the only way I'll ever learn is if I try it. Alright, first let's get some texture in the metallic. Okay, then let's pull the metallic. It's going to be too dry. It's alright though, I'm going to pull it twice on this same paper. Oh, I'm so sorry. Aether. Yeah, the AE. You bet. The AE part, Aether Mage. So it's kind of a cyberpunky, steampunky kind of look with some magic swirls and sparkles. Alright, so this is all it did the first time. And I kind of knew that's all it would do, right? I don't know if this is going to do anything more to it or not. This might be just silly of me to even try. But I'm going to try putting another coat of metallic and pulling the same plate. Why not? There's still stuff on it. I love tone on tone, so if this works, I'll be a happy girl. Why is there a divot in my jelly plate? I'm not happy about that. All right. There's a divot right about here that looks like there must have been an air bubble in the case when I put it away. Do they ever? I've heard they never come out. Do they ever come out? Do you guys know? Yeah, metallic is usually transparent. Right now I'm only playing with texture to warm up the plate, so it doesn't really matter that much, right? But I still want to see kind of what it will do. You know what it did? It made very shiny blue paper. Actually, you can see the dimension and you can see the texture in it in person. Is it coming through on camera at all? Only a tiny speck. You see brayer marks more than texture from the burlap, but it's in the paper in person. So, collage fodder. Yep, that's what that is. All right, so I'm gonna start playing with Aether Mage. Oh, goodness sakes, words aren't working for me. I'm going to start playing with some Aether Mage techniques so I can figure out what I want to do with these last few pieces of blue paper I have. And then I'm going to switch colors and paints completely and actually try to get the prints that I need for the job I'm trying to do this for. So, let's see what I'm going to do. I have a plate here, and goodness sakes, I also do not have enough space for myself. Let's get rid of this brayer off page. There is enough on here already. So, I want to do some sparkles. I'll do them in silver. But like I said, I'm going to pull those paints out when I know what the heck I'm doing. Actually, probably in between the two sets of doing stuff, I think I will pull out the wine. And then have a celebratory glass of, what was it called? Cedarburg Spice. And then we'll do the real thing. So I'm going to do some super watered down yellow and just, yep, do some splatters. Like so. I think that's enough. Nope. I want right there. I think that's enough. All right, so then I have a sponge somewhere. I know I bought my sponges out. I know I put them here so I could use them. Okay then. I have no idea what I did with my sponges. Oh, wait. I know where some are though. Okay, we'll use one of these. I was going to use different sponges than this. So what I'm going to do next then is, I need this to dry a little bit. Because I'm going to do sponge painting around it, but we're just going to pretend that it dried. And then I'm going to use the next color, the next darker color, which in this case is this, what is this called? Calypso Sky. Well, that's a fancy name. Makes me think of tropical islands and sea turtles. Okay, so here's what I want to do next. I want to do some sponge painting. It's okay if the splatters kind of get soaked up. They're gonna anyway, but I like some of them to stay. But I don't think I gave them enough time to dry. That's alright. Looks like some of them are staying. We shall find out. It also looks like I put more water on this side than I did the first side, which is a good test to see how much they mix and how to get variation in the paints that I'm going to use. But I want to get kind of a cloudy, like what it's doing is kind of what I want. I want it to be cloudy so that this center part is brighter. The next thing I want to do is a dark blue. So I think I'll do the next darker blue. Again, I'm not waiting as long as I think I should, but you know, I'm live, so I'm not gonna. I am streaming through OBS. I mean, I'm on YouTube. I'm streaming on my channel, but it's not straight up YouTube, it's through OBS. I had never heard of StreamYard until Patty, and then I heard of Streamlabs because I had heard of it before anyway, but people are very unhappy with StreamYard now and talking about going to Streamlabs, but I didn't use Streamlabs because it is so resource intensive and I just didn't want it. So OBS is open source, so it's a fabulous thing. It's a fabulous product. The mods are fabulous, but the learning curve is crazy. So you have to be up for the learning curve if you want to use OBS. But so far, I really like it, even though I've learned next to nothing. Oh, take a look at it. It's I think OBS stands for Open Source Broadcasting. I think. Yeah, I might not be helpful at all. So the next thing I want to do is a white, I guess, I wish I had a super light gray, but I don't have one at my hand right now, so I'm going to just use some white, and if the blue gets in it, cool. But we're going to do a little bit of texturing on here. I think with this one, because I think this one would be super cool, and I hope that it works. So here's my idea. My idea is that here's where the laboratory scene is. Everything else goes into the shadows, right? And then if I'm going to pull some up, come here, you. Here's what I want to do. I want to put this down, kind of, but not the whole thing. Ugh. I don't know what I'm saying. I just want to pull some up like this. No, see, I got a straight line and I didn't want that. Here, this is a better idea. Okay, I'm going to stop right there because I've already messed up a couple of things. I know this is not what I want, but I did learn how to do it better. Let me throw that in the water so we can use it again in a few minutes. But let's pull this. With what, though? Should I use the super light blue to pull this? Should I use the yellow? Maybe I should use the yellow to pull this, huh? What do you think? Ooh, I'm a little frightened. I'm going to see if you guys give in. Yeah, I love it too, and I hardly ever use it. So I'm glad I got this request. It makes it easy for me to have an excuse to use it. OBS. Oh, Open Broadcaster Software. I had to look it up because I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember for the life of me. Open Broadcaster Software. Whenever I can, I try to use anything that's open source because I just love that philosophy. I wanted to try to get around the learning curve because I really don't want to have to learn another technical thing. But since it'll let me use it without knowing, like I don't know how to do the setting up scenes and you know, I could be having like cards go up and messages and fun things. I could track all you guys who are on here and who chat, and I could do drawings and, you know, all the fancy stuff, all the toys. But I don't know how. But it lets me stream, and it does it really well, so maybe I'll learn all those things someday. All right. Let's pull this. Let's pull this puppy and see what I did. Oh, I could blend out the straight edge. I could, yeah. If I do it again, I'll ask you to tell me how. So I am really, really new to jelly plate printing, so this is 100% experimenting. 100%. I do know what I want to try to end up with, but that's about it. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Oh, we can. Are you ready? Let's see what we got. What we got is a lot of yellow. So, what did I learn from this? I learned that, yes, I have to let stuff dry more than I did, or those speckles just aren't going to work. I learned that I do not want to use bright yellow to pull because I want more of a glow in the center, not a shocking spotlight. Okay. All right, good enough. I'm going to do it again. Let's do it again, shall we? Yeah, it might have actually kind of blurred it. Just the corners, a couple of the corners though. So I think the problem was me. I think I rolled the yellow on too long, and that's what actually blurred it. So maybe maybe I'll get some of the base pieces down and then let it blur, or let it dry a little bit longer this time before I pull it. Let me think of how I want to do this though. Maybe I'll just do some crazy color splatters with whatever this brush picks up right here. So kind of white, but there's that yellow and there's even some blue in them. A little more. Okay. Wait, let's have a little in the middle too. It's a little in the middle. I would imagine I will do something with the one that's the first pull. Either do what you said, like sponge paint over it, right? Or do another pull with it, like a whole different one, and just see how much texture I get on one page. Or save it for collage fodder and sponge color the yellow to push it backward with whatever color fits whatever I use it for. The problem with trying to put splatters on the gel plate is always going to be that if you water it down enough to get little splatters, they're always going to take a while to dry. So maybe I should just make the scene that I want and splatter it afterward. Totally makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. All right, so I'm going to do something a little different this time. I'm going to start with the darkest paint. Come on, there you go. There, and get off the bottle. There. And sponge that out a bit. I am very blue. Dabba dee dabba die. I'm blue. Okay. I also might have to get out the black if this starts to work, because I think a black edge would be super cool. So yeah, some of those splotches are looking like they're staying. Some of them getting mixed up. That's okay. This is still just practice. All right, now I'll try the second blue, which is this one. Hey, you're not allowed. Get out of there. Come on. I'm going to get a storage rack for my paints, and I'm going to store them upside down. That just seems smart, and I keep not doing it, but maybe if I said it out loud, now I'm committed. Yep, some of the speckles are dry enough this time. They're staying for sure. All right, now, should we see if we can get some of this up with the stencil again. I think we should. And I think what I need to do is put it like so-ish, but hold the lines up. I know what I'm trying to say. I don't know that I just made any sense right there. It's hard to talk when you're trying to think. Oh, I did it again, Casey. I got straight lines where I don't want them. That looks pretty cool though, right? Doesn't that look like it's working better? I think that works. Looks like it's working better. Oh, I smushed that one all around. That's okay. That was totally my fault, that one. All right. Take two. Yeah, absolutely, Lisa. Take two. Frosty window vibes. I would totally go with that. That is actually a totally acceptable effect. It's a frosty aether mage, that's all. So now what do I want to do? I don't want straight up white. I certainly don't want that glaring yellow. Metallic would totally work, but the metallic I have is way too dark. So while I'm letting this dry for a sec, I guess I'll do that off screen. That's annoying. Yeah, I like this too better too. This is looking better. I'm encouraged. Anyway, I think what would be really good here is kind of a really super pale buttermilky color. You think that's what I should go for? Something, oh here, you know what? This, actually, you can't see my mixing plate. It's got way too much water on it, but it's kind of turning into a cool color. So I think I'm going to put some white in it and maybe try to get enough of it on the plate to use this. I suppose I could just pick the plate up and pour it on, couldn't I? That might be a big fat mess, and it's too watery anyway. I'm going to end up with a whole new color of paint, and I'll need a bottle for it. You think mix a cream and a yellow? Oh my. All right, I'm going to pour this right on it and see what this is. What, oh my gosh, I did the brayer in the, wait a second. Look at, I forgot to turn my brayer over. Bad girl. Brayer abuse. Okay, so I'm going to pour this on. Well, maybe not, because that's a lot of water. And I'm getting the wrong thing. Can I scoop it? Maybe I can scoop it. I actually think that's enough. Okay, ready? Fingers crossed. It's very watery. Look at the water beating up. That might be all right. I don't know. Yeah, look at the divots. I got a divot right there. I saw another one just a second ago, but it must be shallower. Okay, let's try this. I think that was a big fat mistake, but we're going to try it anyway. Oh my goodness. I think it would look good with a black background too. I think it would look good with that, I like the cream and yellow idea because I think that would give the glowy light effect I want. And I like your idea of a black background because when I do this for real, I'm going to put this blue paper aside. I have some higher quality white paper and some cardstock that I want to use to pull this up with. And then I want to do it in blues, greens, and silvers. So I'm actually going to put all of these paints away and start over. And I got a couple other stencils we can try too, just to get the Aether Mage effect going. This cheapy paper didn't like the water in that paint at all. Look at it, it's all buckled up and stuff. Oh well, that's what practice is for, right? Okay. Well, I do like this one better. Waiting longer for the layers to dry worked. The splatters worked this time. And I actually like that some like right here. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. Right there, you can see where a couple of them, that one in particular and a couple more, still had wet centers. And they kind of got popped like bubbles. And I kind of like that effect. So I'm not mad at that at all. I want to keep that. What I don't like, what's happening, is how the center is completely empty. And now that I'm thinking about it, the first two attempts, I treated this like it was going to be one big thing. This is actually going to be cut up into much smaller cards. So I can concentrate this, or I can skip this whole center bit and move this patterning all over the place instead. And then to create the Aether Mage part, I need to add some swirly bits. I was thinking more along the lines of a scene setter than a background for smaller cards. So, let's do it. Practice one more time. This time I'll keep in mind that this is for smaller cards. I'll do patterns all over. I will try to get I'm going to try to get the swirly parts in too now. So, I don't know if I should maybe use this, because this is really steampunky, but then maybe with the squares this will work if I intertwine them. Or I can use this instead of the squares. And I think I can use a couple of them on here. I think I can use this one and maybe this one. But I don't like how straight they are. I kind of want them to go around. I don't know. I don't know if I'm making myself clear. I'm just saying words. You know, words. Okay, so let's see what you guys are saying. Top right corner is your favorite. Ooh. Oh, wait. Where's the top right corner? This right here? Or did I have it this way? Now I gotta think. Yeah, it was this way. Oh, you liked this? It did turn out good. That is exactly what I'm looking for right there. Yeah, it's definitely an improvement. You guys are exactly on... You're exactly right for what you're telling me. And you know what, Casey? If I have inspired you to want to do art, I think you should just go ahead and do it. Do it. Let's do art together, Casey. Except I can't see yours, but you know. Let's throw that paper to the side. And what did I say I was going to do? I said I'm going to do the same thing all over the place. So what that would mean is, let's get some splatters on. I'll just use what's left, but I'll put them all over this time. Ah, that's plenty. That's enough. Splattering. And then, what? How am I going to get that cool texture I want? I wonder if I can just use this again. I might try this again. That doesn't give me those cool squares though, and I really, really like the cool squares, so I'm thinking. You have way too many prints laying around? Oh, that is the problem with all of this stuff that we do, isn't it? We just have, well, I mean, I've started donating it. That's the thing to do. As long as I just keep making things. That reminds me, Casey, I finished pulling apart that engineering book that I said I would be more than happy to share with you. So if, I mean, not right now, obviously, because I'm doing, you know, a show. But yeah, if you are interested in some of that engineering book, you just need to send me your address and I will send you a large chunk. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is I'll do the dark blue next. And I will do the, okay, yeah. Instead of talking about it, I'm just going to do it. Well, no, I'm not, because my yellow is still really wet. I know what we'll do. This, if it's going to work, is going to take a bit, because that, those splatters were super soggy. So let's do a 5x7 while we wait. Let's do a 5x7 while we wait, because that's just smart right there. Oh, was it really? Gel plating? How did you find all those people that you do your streams with? And how did you guys decide to like take turns on hosting and all that? That seems like that must have a learning curve too. Trying to figure out how to get people's streams to work together. All right, let's do what? I don't know. Let's just do something, because I'm just blabbering at this point and getting nothing done. Oh, shoot. Wow. I apparently got really excited about that color. It does help to have two plates. And this is actually just the way I bought them, because it was the most cost effective to just buy the 8x10 and 5x7 together. And I had been saying I wanted to give gel printing a try for the longest time. And I just never did. So I finally was like, okay, just pull the trigger. Just do it. You know you're gonna someday. All right, let's try this one. Blarg. Blargity blarg blarg. You think it's time to try the wine too? Well, you may be right about that. You may be right about that. Oh. And Lisa said so too. All right, that's 2 votes for wine. All right, we'll get the wine out. Excellent. Excellent. Let me pull this one with yellow. And then we'll let both of them sit for a minute while we try the wine. And then we'll get back to work. We have stuff doing to do. Gosh darn it. There is stuff doing that must get done. I pulled the center of this one up right away. I'm okay with that too. Give me some green in there. I like green. Oh, and it slid around too. Oh my gosh. This could be an interesting mess. Could be an interesting mess. All right, it's time to try the wine. By popular vote, we're going to try the wine. I have paint on my wine glass. Ugh, shame. All right, here we go. Cedarburg Spice, made from grape wine with natural spices. Orange, cinnamon, clove, and blue and yellow paint. All right. What are your beverages this evening, people? Yeah, definitely too much paint down. Absolutely. You are totally right. Because it did slide. I went to get the paper pressed in and it just went. All right, so here we go. Tell me what you're having to drink tonight, because if it's not alcoholic, it's fine, but you need to be having a beverage because staying hydrated is very important. Oh my. Oh, that's fun. Oh, guys, that tastes just like a holiday. Seriously. Seriously, that tastes just like a holiday. What is it called again? Cedarburg Spice. Look at this. Cedar Creek Winery. Oh, that is good. If you guys can get your grubby little paws on that, you should give it a try. That is some tasty stuff, man. Milk absolutely works. Raspberry bubble water works. Tea, coffee, milk. Plain water. Casey, go get a glass of water out of your faucet and cheers me anyway. Cheers, folks. Cheers. Ninian, if I said that right, I'm happy with that. If I didn't, yell at me and tell me how to say it right. This tastes just like a mulled wine or mulled cider that you spend, hours mulling and lots of money on all the different things. It's so good. So good right out of the bottle. All right, let's see what I did over here. Let's see what I did. I made a big yellow blob. I kind of knew that's what was going to happen too, because that other blue doesn't really show up in this paper, and I put too much paint on and slid it around and blurred it, but okay. All right, well, that was interesting. They can't all be winners, folks. They can't all be winners. All right, now, back to the last test before the real thing. anti-glare paper folded. So, what did I decide I want to do? I decided I'm going to do... Oh, you know what? I'm going to do metallic right now. I'm going to... Hold on a sec. I am so scattered this evening. I can't reach my towels. Come over here. I am so excited, everybody. Guess what? Oh, I did say it. Ninian. Good. I'm glad. Banana pudding sipping cream. Oh my gosh. That's the one you got me too. And I want to taste it, but I'm not having it till Friday. So, let's see. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the dark blue all over. And this is not big enough to be doing an 8x10, but I am going to try to get big patches of this pulled up. So, or no, the metallic. That's right. The metallic. All right. Experimenting. What was the flavor? It said, well, it's called Cedarburg Spice. And it has cloves and cinnamon and orange. And, I mean, I could read the rest of the bottle for you if you want. I could read the bottle after this pull. Oh, wait, what do you mean, never mind? Aw. Never mind. All right, so I don't know that this is going to work either. Like I said, I'm brand new to jelly printing, but I'm just experimenting to try to get an aesthetic I want. I can't really learn this from other people because I'll tell you something. For those of you who also do this art and those of you who don't, you might know that there are not many people out there trying to do Aether Mage jelly prints. So I'm kind of on my own with how to get the effects I want. It's not that common, really. You may be shocked to learn. All right, let's do that. And let's do it again over here. Nope, don't sit there. Okay, let's do that. Okay, that's the metallic. Now I have some really cool tea bag paper with metallic blue squares. Now I think I'm gonna try to get some of this up, if I can. Some of just this. I don't know if that worked. Excuse my face. Excuse my face in there. I don't think that's working. I think that's just pulling up everything it's sitting on. Well, it looks like it worked a little bit, so we'll find out. Otherwise, you know what I could do is I could do another layer of paint. I could do another layer of paint and then I could draw the swirls in. I could draw a little tribal something. Okay. Okay, I'm going to leave this up to you guys. Ready? Lisa, Ninian, Leslie, Casey. I'm either going to pull this with the matte cobalt blue or straight up black, because I think that was a good idea. But this is one layer less, so I'm not sure what you guys think, but I could pull this with straight up black. Oh, I do. Oh my gosh, good call, Casey. I do. Let me see. Oh, shoot. Did you hear the crash? What about this one? Could I do this one in places? Like, would it pull anything up? It's too dry now, isn't it? No, it's not. Oh, that actually pulled stuff up. I'm going to try it right here. Here's my head. Hi, guys. God, such a weirdo. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Try the black, black or medium gray. I don't know where the wine was bought because it was gifted to me. From Leslie, actually. The Leslie here in the channel with us. And, I have been singing a very old song called 2 More Bottles of Wine ever since she brought it, because she brought me 2 bottles of wine. And we're going to try the black because that's a popular vote. Is that how you do it though, Casey? I've never used stamps on my plate. Do you wait for do you pull the paint up with a stamp, or do you stamp the paint on? Because that actually totally worked. It pulled some of the paint up. But now, did I just wreck my stamp? Ooh, I don't know. Okay. That was way too much paint too. That's okay. I can work with it. So we're going to pull this one up with black and see how dramatic it can get. And see if it's Aether Meiji yet. And if it's close, we're going to pull these paints out of here and pull the other paints in and get busy painting Aether Meiji stuff. Okay, I think that's better. That's better. So we're going on the blue paper again. This might be the last one. Last practice shot. I don't have a Baron, but I do have an air hockey thing. I don't know what these are called for air hockey, because they're not the puck. The puck is the thing you hit with them. And they would be a stick, but they're certainly not a stick. But in my case, it's my Baron because it's the best I have. And it works just fine. All right, I'm going to leave you all in suspense for a minute while I take another sip of this wine because it's lovely. Did Leslie tell us where she found it yet? She did not. Oh, is it a paddle? Oh, Total Wine. That's right. I did know that. I forgot I knew that. Because you were surprised at how much they didn't have. If your name is Total Wine, you should have all the stuff. Just wipe it off with a damp cloth while it's still moist. Okay, well, I may have wrecked it. Because I didn't do that at all. Oh, one time isn't going to wreck it. It'll be fine. I did not learn the secret to air hockey until I had lost at it terribly for years. If you settle down and watch the other person try too hard, you'll always win. I was always the person trying too hard. All right, here we go. I don't like it. I don't like it. What's wrong with it, guys? Okay, let's analyze this thing before we move on. Because it's all the right pieces, but it's just not working for me. Do you think it would be better if I wanted to use this and those swirls and the flourish stamp? Do you think it would be better if I just made a bunch of smaller ones instead of the 8x10? Like, I could use the 5x7, I would just have to make a lot more of them. Do you guys feel like that would help? Oh, Ninian, you like it? Do you? Oh my goodness. Okay. So I like the depth and the texture, but it doesn't work. Okay, if this was cut up into pieces, I would end up with pieces that I really don't like. Oh, okay. That's actually good to know. So it's kind of all over the place. Yeah. Yep. Okay, I got a new idea, and Lisa might be onto something. So, I'm going to put away some of these colors and pull out the stuff that I need for this project. So, give me just a minute to do that. Do some switcheroo. Because we need this and this. And, all right, Martha Stewart, where are ya? I know you're in here. Oh, there you are. I should turn all these upside down right now. Excuse me, I said stay upside down. You know it's an interesting night when you start talking to your paint. That is not what I want. Neither are you. Or you. Alright, let's use this color. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to do another test, and I said I wasn't. I thought I was done with the testing, but I'm going to do another test, and while I'm doing this other test, I'm going to let you guys do another opinion poll. I'm going to do another opinion poll and let you guys decide if I should pull out the mica powder or not. Because that would start a whole nother level of stuff I could be doing here. So, I have a plan. Stan. I'm just going to do it kind of in the middle of this, because I'm going to make this a smaller test, and maybe we should use this 5x7 instead. But I'm going to do it the way Lisa recommended, like maybe the black first, So I'm just going to do black bigger than I want it. And then I'm going to do this. Squish up. Oh, that's kind of neato right there. More. More. I might be having too much fun right now. Okay. Swirls everywhere. Now, if I do that, that is drying super fast. I don't know. Will this even work? Like, if I do... I shouldn't have done this, should I? I should have done the squares. And then a blue. And the swirls. And then a pull. I think I did it backwards from how it should be done. Martha didn't do anything. She's guilty as all get out. Do you talk to everything? So do I. Like all day. I'm mostly my cats. And because, you know, they're here. But yeah, I'll talk to everything. That wine is good stuff, man. All right. I am going to put on another color. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to try the squares in the other color as soon as this black dries. But wouldn't you know, I used too much paint. Because you know what? I always use too much. Yeah, that's what I am going to do. So I just need to think, like, what color? I pulled out the new colors. So it's the same dark cobalt blue and the same metallic blue. But I also pulled out Martha Stewart silver and silver distress and a purple and a cream color. And I didn't use this earlier, even though this is kind of what you said I should use, right? Because I only have this one bottle and it's not full. And cream color is invaluable in this. At least it seems like it is when I watch other people. You know what I'm missing, though, is I'm missing a green. Do you know why I'm missing a green? Because I use so much green, I don't have any green. Oh, light pressure on the... Oh, okay. Well, we'll see. I'm pretty heavy-handed in everything I do. Learning to not be is something I'm working on, Casey. I'm working on it. I can't believe how much green I use. It is absolutely ridiculous. Alright, well here's a green I can try. Miss Leslie, I am not pulling out the watercolors tonight. And just to let you know why that didn't happen, it is an entirely different process. And since I already am new to this and I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing, I didn't think that was a great idea. So I think maybe next week we will pull out watercolors and do a watercolor painting on a jelly plate. Because I did learn how, but it's a whole different animal. Okay, let's see what you got. You're going downstairs to play with your jelly plate? Are you taking me with you, or is this good night now? I'm not sure. If it is good night, then good night and have fun playing, Mr. Casey. Thanks for visiting. If you're taking me with you, then tell me what you end up learning. Tell me if you've learned how to be an Aether Mage. So far, I'm doing okay, but I would like some faster success. Okay, so I think this is good enough. I'm going to try, I think, since I want to do the blue and green thing and the blue and purple thing, I have more purple, so I'll try blue and purple this time. I will try blue and purple right now. I'll put a blue dot there. I'll put a purple dot way over here. And parts of this black are still wet, so I think things are going to get kind of, I hope that things are going to get kind of cloudy and muddled a bit. I would like that. We'll see. And then, this is when we're going to pull up some squares. You're taking me hostage? Oh my goodness! Casey's got me. A crafting prisoner. Well, things have been worse. Alright, I'm okay with this plan, Casey. Wow, this paint is super cool. Alright, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. And then let that dry a minute. And that should dry super fast because I think both of the ones I just did are metallics. Nope, just one. But it should still be fast because that was super thin. Alright, are we ready? So, I think that what I'll do to pull this as soon as it's a little dry is I think I'm going to put down one of the silvers plus a touch of black. Because that was too dark. It wasn't sort of like, what am I trying to say? Like mysterious-y enough. So I think I'm going to use the Distress ink in the center and just put a dot of black there and there. I have a good feeling about this. I think we're really onto something here. Okay. I like how that comes out. It's so thin, it's ridiculous. Okay, ready? All right. Okay, this looks promising. Oh, shoot. Okay. Down. I got drips of water on this paper, so that's not cool. But it didn't soak through, so. I'm just going to go with it. This looks promising, guys. I think this is going to be all right. I think this is going to be, and I think I'm going to be blue for a really long time. That's all right. That's okay. I can be blue. Okay, let's get out the hockey stick pedal. We got some bubbles because there's too much water for this cheapy paper. So just remember that if it doesn't look great, that's okay because this is the cheapy paper. And this is for real the last practice. I'm going to take everything that we've learned so far tonight and do the real thing next. Or at least I hope it'll end up being real, right? I'm kind of off the hook tomorrow, though. If we don't get anything good tonight, I could just have a 100% jelly print day tomorrow. I could just jelly print all day till I get it right. Okay. Nope, not yet. Never mind. So I am preparing to, and then gonna, completely rearrange my studio. I don't think the final rearrange will happen till December because I do have some collaboration projects coming up and that I need to finish that are already here and some stuff. But when I redo my studio, I think I'm gonna see this. I think, yeah, there's the wiggle. I think I'm going to try to figure out how to mount my camera and microphone to the wall instead of the desk because everything I do wiggles the camera and I just hate the idea that I make my own audience seasick. All right, let's try again. That is pulling just fine. What did I get and what did I learn? Anything? I don't like that either. That did not work the way I wanted. Okay, I did learn what I wanted to do. So, I'm going to set the 8x10 aside. We're going to use the 5x7 for this project. I'm going to do the squares first. Then I'm going to do the swirls. And then I'm going to... Then I will pull. So, I think what I'm going to do... Oops, I forgot to... I keep forgetting to turn my brayer over. It now has more paper on it than... Good grief. Alright. So, let me get the good paper out. And over here, I need a couple of pieces of this vellum-y stuff. Even though it curls up, I still want it for the project, so we're going to live with it curling up. And I will do a couple pieces of tea bag paper. Or actually, we might end up using this roll. Let's try this roll instead. Okay. And there's the heavier paper, and there's the cardstock. And let me pull the squares back out of the water. We got ourselves a nice reset. Blarg. Blargity blarg blarg blarg. Okay. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to start with silver and black. Oh my gosh, I forgot I'm doing the tiny one apparently. So hopefully this ends up being some sort of pewterish thingy. I like it. I'm just going to stop right there before I overmix. I don't know if you guys have heard the rumors, but I tend to be a little heavy-handed. That's my true confession moment. Okay, put that right there. Done. Now, pull the top. Some of the tags can have a border. That's cool. Let's get the pattern nice and in there. It's hard to get in these tiny ones. You can be Violet Sky. Isn't that a song? That's a song, isn't it? I know that's a something. Okay. Pull this up. Oh, yeah. See, that's exactly what I want. So far, we're behaving. So far, that looks pretty good. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do then is, I think the cream color and a green. And then do this, and then do the swirly stamp. And then pull with the dark blue. So far, this is kind of what I've learned so far from what we've done tonight. So I'm thinking this is going to work out okay. But I need to get rid of that glare for you guys, don't I? That is horrid. That's better. 'Tis better. 'Tis worse. There we go. Hopefully I'll figure out how to get a decent lighting situation so that glare goes away too. I do have lights I want, but I have a feeling that the lights that I need for work will be very different from the lights I need for filming and streaming. So that should be interesting. People do it though, so I'm not sure why I can't get it right. Eventually, I suppose I will. Okay. All right, stop right there, lady. Just stop right there. I gotta know right now, before we go any further, is it working? Okay. All right. Now let's let this dry for a sec. And then I'm going to pull it with the blue, the dark blue, I think. Or the purple, I'm not sure. But either one would work, I think. Gosh darn it, I don't know. I'm going to be looking that up. Because I recognize the words, but it's not clicking in my head what it is. And you know what? Ryan Reynolds is just pretty fabulous. So there's that. He seems like a fabulous human. I hope he doesn't break my heart, because lots of times when stars seem like a fabulous human, they turn out to be garbage and they break your heart. It happens. Oh, is Deadpool and Wolverine out yet? When does that happen? Did it already happen? I stopped paying attention, but I can't wait to see that. Is anybody else excited? Does anybody else like the Deadpool movies, or am I alone here? Oh, good grief, look at me. I can be blue and black. I could be violet sky, too. Look, right here. Blue, violet, flash. That's a violet sky color. All right, I need to let this dry a bit. The green looks like it's taking a long time. Wolverine swears too much for his character? Oh, that's funny. That's funny because you know what? Maybe he just catches it from Deadpool. Maybe he's just that frustrated. That would be more out of character for sure. But I don't know. It might it might entertain me. All right. Just dry, will ya? Okay, so if I ever do this while streaming again, I won't do jelly printing while I'm streaming again till I have 3 of the same size plate. That way I can just rotate them and we don't have to sit here and wait for paint to dry, because I'm telling you, watching paint dry is not good television. I need to have like a quiz and prizes. I could do that. We could have a quiz night. That would be fun. Ninian could go watch the Deadpool movies, and so could anybody else who hasn't seen them yet, and we could have a Deadpool quiz. And then we could have a prize giveaway. Oh, see? Right there. Yep. That would drive Wolverine to swear a lot. Deadpool would definitely drive Wolverine to swear. Absolutely. All right. Okay, so I'm really conflicted, guys. I don't know if I should pull this with the silver or the blue. I kind of want the blue, but I'm wondering if I'm just forcing it to work. Or I'm trying to force it to work, right? Maybe it's just not gonna work. Maybe I need to simplify and do some that are silver and green and some that are silver and blue. Ugh. All right, I am going to pull it with the metallic, no, not the metallic blue, the straight up blue. Try blue. Lisa says try blue. I agree, Lisa. We're going to try the blue. We're going to see what happens. And it's a tad early down on this end. I can still see green kind of dry or wet, but I don't care too terribly much if they blur a bit. I don't know if you guys were all here when I said it, but this is going to turn into tags for a craft sale, so it's all going to get cut up and have information on it anyway. So these do not have to be perfect. I do have to get the aesthetic right, but they're going to get cut up anyway, so it only has to be right in sections, you know? And as long as what goes up on, I think I'm going to print the, information that needs to go on these on a separate piece of paper and make them like a little card, a product card. So, if that's the case, then I can put a little piece of ephemera kind of thing on the front to really strengthen the aesthetic. So I could print out things like, I don't know, a little machine or a little flare of some sort. All right, Casey, I like your idea. I'm going to try that with the other half of this piece of paper, because I think we are on the right track, peeps. I think we're on the right track. All right, ready? Let's see what we got. Oh gosh, I think this is the right track. Guys, that's what I need right there. That's the right track. I need the squares to be a little bit stronger. That's it. But that's exactly what I need, isn't it? Oh, I'm so happy. I should tell the person this is for to log in and see if he approves, because this is not for me. Echo, send a message to Justin.
Okay, Cheryl. What's your voice message for Justin then?
Log into the show. I need to know if you approve of the aesthetic I've created.
Got it. Ready to send?
Yes.
Sending now.
Oh, let's find out if he likes it, people. All right. I'm going to do another one the exact same way, except I'm going to pull it the way Casey said. Pull it, some silver and pull, and then pull the whole thing with blue. Actually, maybe I'll do the silver and pull the silver with this texture right here. That would be kind of cool if that showed up. So, do you guys agree or not agree? Did this one turn out good or not good? And because I'm not asking to be silly, and don't agree with me just to agree with me, because that wouldn't help me one single bit. And I can't see it like you can see it, right? I'm at an angle, I'm under weird lights, all that jazz. So be completely honest. Is it good or is it yucky? Or somewhere in between? But I feel like we're winning either way. Heading in a good direction. What the heck did I start with? I started with the black and silver. I'm going to do that again. You do like it. Okay. Don't agree just to agree. That wouldn't help me. You gotta help me, peeps. Alright, I'm gonna start with the black and silver. It looks like this one's gonna be a lot darker because that's a heck of a lot of black. I'll just make sure that I pull a little bit more off this time then when I do the squares, and maybe that'll give me a little bit more definition in the squares department. Okay, let's leave that. It's a little shadowy. Mr. Luke, if you're logged into the show, say so I can show you what I did. Uh-oh. Echo, what's my message?
Cheryl, you have one message from Justin.
Yeah, so far it's looking good. My chat was taking forever to load, so I just decided to send you a voice. But yeah, so far so good.
Received just now.
All right, guys. That is approved by the client. All right, let's get this. No, I like it this way better. Let's get it this way. Let's do it all the way to the top this time. We'll have a heavier or different bottom. Here, let's put some gears on the bottom. Sit there, you. And a different section of the roll. That is kind of stinking handy, isn't it? That I could just pull part of the roll out and have a new space. Look how cool that is. When it's all dry and done, I can just roll it up and I'll have all these cool like background pieces. I am kind of loving this roll of paper for this. All right, that looks pulled off really clean. Let's see. That might be really good. Yep. Okay, and the cream color and the green did really well. So let's let this dry for a sec, and then we'll try the cream color and the green again, but I might try this other green. I have a metallic, what is this called? Oh, it's called green. Jeez. There is another part of the name, isn't there? Envy. Envy green. Ooh. It's a cardinal sin green. I think we have to try that. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yep, I think I like it. I think I need another sip of wine. I must like this one because I usually take my sips much slower. And I think I'm going to finish this one tonight. Like early. It must have a pretty low, it must be pretty low alcohol though. Because it's not doing the, make me tipsy thing that it usually does. Okay, let's try this. Put that right there and right there. There's almost nothing in this bottle because I just loved this color once upon a time. I do have newer paints than this. But I'm trying to use everything up, you know. Trying to not be wasteful. Okay, what do I do with this one? Oh yeah, the stamped with this one. I think I need more paint off though. And look, it's beading. One of these paints is not good. Probably that really old one. Probably that really old favorite one. Maybe I should just throw it away after this. Even though there's still a tiny bit. All right. All right. So Casey, you said to do silver and do a light pull, then do the blue and do a full pull. So what do you think of the idea of using a third texture with the silver? I could do a light pull of the silver and do this. I don't even know that it would show up as a texture. It might just create the light pull that you're talking about. But if it did make a texture, it might be super cool. I don't know. You guys who actually do this more often and know more about it would know better than me. Oh. I had a particular surgery, Casey, where, well, in this case, a beverage with alcohol goes straight from my stomach to my bloodstream. And I couldn't like drink a whole drink really fast. I couldn't do shots or anything like that because it would be really dangerous. And it's super, super funny because I can take a little sip like that and I almost instantly feel tipsy. And then it goes away fairly quickly too, but it's hilarious. I find it quite entertaining. I'm sure I'll get bored with it at some point, but I'm not bored with it yet. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's drying super quick. Good night, Ninian. Thank you for stopping in. It's been fun to have you here. Please come again. You never know what we're going to do next. Almost every time I do this, I do mixed media. And usually try to create book covers. By the way, Leslie already knows this story. And Lisa's, because you were here last week, I'll show you what happened. So here's one of the book covers we were working on last week. And it's looking pretty fabulous so far. And there's another one. It's still, super beginning stages. But I took the one. Let's see if it's even here. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Come out here. So, here's another one that I was working on. Oh, here's what happened to it, by the way, Leslie. I can't even, oh gosh, this is awful, but look at the little fairy peeking out there. There's a little fairy in the tree, and I had painted a stem for her, and then she's going to be behind some leaves, and there's a fairy right there peeking out of the flowers. I had this so nice. It was just lovely. I was so happy with it. And then I thought, I need to do shading. I need to do another layer of leaves, but I don't want to wreck anything. Well, here's what you do. When you have a stage that is done and you don't want to wreck it and it's time to put another layer on, you gesso so that you can move paint, add layers without wrecking anything underneath it. Cool, I'll do that. So I pulled out my gesso and put it on there and started brushing it all around. And it wasn't until after I started spreading it that I realized I had put white gesso on the entire thing. Now my white gesso and my clear gesso look very similar when you start with them. I absolutely panicked. I ended up washing this in the sink with water. This used to be a straight up fox, right? And this used to be a straight up tree. I don't know why they turned black like this. That's very weird. But I do still have the napkin. I know, right, Casey? I can't even tell you the state I was in. I can't even tell you the state I was in. But I think I still have the stuff where I could recreate this part right here. Otherwise, I'm going to have to start over completely. But I can't believe I got away with washing it in a sink. Because I think I can still fix this. I did some gel ink on parts of it. And it completely washed away. I did some shadowing to make the fairies show up better, and it completely washed away. And this fox and tree are parts of a napkin that were inspiration for this entire project. And I don't know why it turned black like that, but oh, good grief. Good job, lady. So tonight, not only did I have an assignment that somebody actually needs, but I had to step away from that anyway because I am quite upset about the whole thing. I will go back to it when I'm over the trauma. All right. Anyway, let's give this a shot. I'm going to do the pulling with this stuff. And we're going to do, actually, I don't think I'll use that. I'll use paint. Distress ink is super, super thin and might not be effective with this. So, let's get the silver on. Let's do a bit of a pull with that fiber stuffy stuff. Come on. Here you go. Unfold. And next. I don't know if it's pulling up anything. I can't tell at all. Are you pulling anything? Oh, yes you are. Okay. Oh my, that's dramatic. I don't know what's going to happen here. That was much more than I thought was going on. Casey, I may have ruined your whole idea. Because I think I did too much because I didn't see that it was doing anything. Look at that though. That's kind of fun. Alright, now let's pull with the blue-black. I think blue-black. Alright, give it a minute. The fox does look like he's in the dark. I wouldn't really mind the fox being shadowed out. I could add some texture to him so he looks like a furry fox again. But the tree is a complete disaster. Fortunately, because it was a napkin decoupage kind of thing, I think I can take the napkin layer again, layer it over the fox and the tree, and I think that it might just make them a little more dramatic. Right? Or I might, in order to make them really pop better, I could paint white over the stuff that turned flat completely black and then put them back on. I'm not sure which way to go. But whatever I decide, it's either going to fix the problem or I'm going to have to start over. So, I'm going to carefully make a choice and then live with what happens. I'll either have another glass of wine because I'm happy with my success, or I will have a glass of wine to drown my misery in a very spiced way. Okay. All right, let's pull this. Oh my goodness. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so you would have sponged through, like put the paint on through the net instead of pulling up. Like put the net down first and then sponge the paint on. Okay, let's see what happens. I don't like that one as much, but you know what? It'll still work. It'll still work. This one cut up into cards will totally work. But I'm trying to figure out, when I pulled this one, did I pull this one with the bright blue? Is that why the swirls turn up the way they do? Okay, I'm going to try that, Casey. Okay, I like both of those. Those are both usable. The first one I like better than the second one, but let's try that again, and I will sponge through the netting this time. And I think I'm going to do the netting. Oh, shoot. What am I going to do? I think I'm going to do the netting. I was going to say instead of the squares, but the squares really are what give that industrial feel. I don't know that the netting would. All right, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this one. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I've made a decision. I am going to run out of silver. That's what I'm going to do. There we go. And I'm going to put on way more paint than I need because that's what I do. But I'm going to do a corner over here and a corner over here. Nothing fancy, just very unprofessional like. I am going to pull up some stuff. Lots of stuff, apparently. From both corners, like so. Okay. Now, I'm going to do the same thing with the stamp, but not in green and cream this time. I think I will try the cream with the purple. Should we get some purple out and play with that? I think we should. Squares, then netting. You're right, actually. Squares, then netting. Yep, I will sponge through the netting now. I know you meant the other squares, but since I did these squares, I'm going to follow that. I'm going to follow that whole idea. Dry, please. That one's drying super fast. Super fast. Okay. All right, let's get a sponge out. I think I'm going to go for the purple. Oh my gosh, I am such a mess. My sponge is very turquoisey. All right, I'm just going to use my paper here to mix colors because I do still want the cream. Oops, too little then too much. I do still want the cream color because I think that really gives me the glow that I want. So I will start with that. And then start mixing this way, I think. And then turn it around. Am I doing this right or wrong, Mr. Casey? You didn't know you had to come here to teach me stuff, did ya? You get off work and I instantly put you to work. Let's see what we got. We got some blobs. You know why we got blobs? Because I am heavy-handed no matter what. I can't seem to learn my lesson. There's some texture. There's some texture. Well, that's actually working kind of cool. Double layer and just squishing. Okay, stop now, lady. Stop before you wreck it. Are you blowing on it? I could get out my heat gun, but I hear that's really risky with gel plates, and I don't want to wreck my new gel plates because I haven't owned them very long. Now here's the big question. Do I now do the spirally thing at all? Because I like the swirl pattern mixed in with it. And I think I might like to do just a diagonal bit, or just do a part right across the center diagonal thing. But then what color? I suppose it would be blue. I could do the swirls all over actually again. Because they'll come through where they come through. They don't come through everywhere. I also have to remember that the swirls, this stamp pulls color off. So whatever color I use to put the swirls on is a negative space color. And then the color I pull with will be the positive space color. Okay. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. That was me thinking out loud. Do I have a more closed sponge? I do not. Yeah, I don't think mine is specifically an embossing gun. But I do think it's like industrial, like garage, you know, workshop strength. So it gets super hot. I do embossing with it, but I would be worried because I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm not a very careful person. I can stamp with color. I could. Right? I could put the color on here and then stamp, but do you think if I add a layer of the cream and green again and then stamp and then pull with blue, is that going to be way too many colors, or is that going to be kind of cool? Or I could do it silver and give all of this stuff a silver base and pull and do green or blue. That sounds kind of cool. Oh, that's a good idea. All right. Well, I'm going to do it next time, Casey, because I already have in my head that I'm going to fill this all in with silver now. And then next time I will stamp my color on. Because Oh, gosh darn me. Because, Casey, you're teaching me some stuff. I gotta move this brayer off paper. It is kind of beat up. Okay, ready? Careful, lady. Easy hand, not so heavy-handed, lady. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, ready? I completely missed some spots. Nope, not completely. Okay, so now I'm going to pull this with either the purple, the blue, or the black. I think it's got to be the blue. All right. It might be too overpowering because now that's the second layer of silver because I started with silver. But then the purple and the cream were in the middle. So yeah, this might be a bit ridiculous. This may be ridiculous. I could pull with the black though. That would tone it down and make it stop getting ridiculous. I'm going to do that. Dry, please. You're totally right, Mr. Casey. I'm going to try pulling it with black. Oh my. And I forgot to turn my brayer over again. Gosh, that thing's going to be fun to clean. And I'm not going to wait very long because it's getting late and I'm getting impatient. I think I'm only going to try one more after this and then call it a night, guys. And I'm going to do the stamping that Casey recommended. And just give that a try because I never have and I should learn stuff. Oh, and then I will have to clean up and try to be unblue. I'll try to be unblue. But I might just come back and keep doing this tomorrow because I think I need an awful lot of these little tiny cards. I think I need a lot of them. What time is it here? It is 9:55 at night. Aren't you hitting about noon, Miss Lisa? Noon or 1 o'clock or something like that? Oh, 2 p.m. Okay. The color palette. All right, good night. Thanks for joining in. And the great wine. It was an excellent choice. The designated color palette it comes from an inspiration piece that I was sent by email. And it's a gaming mat of a like a Aether Mage workshop. So the color palette is black and silver and kind of a teal color. That's why I have the blue and green out. And I have them both in matte and metallic, so I can mix that up. So, like, let's take a look. So this is the color palette, right? I practiced in some other colors just so I could warm up the plate and figure out how to do it. But this is the right color palette. It says it's got that green blending in with the cream color, so it's got a bit of a glow to it back there. This one, it's growing on me because as I tilt it in the light, my microphone's in the way, but can you see that? Yeah, you can. So see that metallic green coming through over here? That's actually super cool. I like how the cream and the green blended down here to make this super pale teal. So a teal smoke color is kind of what I'm going for. The reason this bright blue is in it is just because of the person it's for. That's like his color. And it's for a bunch of 3D printed items that are going to a craft show. So I'm going to make the tags with the product information and prices and stuff out of these prints that I'm making right now with you guys. All right, that one ended up being way too dark. Somebody warned me that's what would happen. It might be too much. So this looks like a big blob of nothing. It was worth trying, but I don't know that this can't be used. I think this can still be used. I am central also, yes. I don't know where you are, Casey, but I have a feeling you're farther south than me. I am in Minnesota. I'm in Minnesota. All right, one last pull. Do better than that one because that one was not great. It's just a big blob, but at least it's a big blob in the right colors. It's a big blob in the right colors. If silver should just be an accent color, then I think I'm going to do the silver first, and I'm going to use the squares that I liked from the beginning for the first pull, because it pulls a lot of the paint back off, but it will leave good silver lines, hopefully. That sounds rational to me. Let's find out if I'm right. I might be learning a thing or two. I wouldn't guarantee it, though. That's for sure. There are no guarantees here. Oh, Nebraska. Okay. You are not so terribly far. You could give a drive up to my house. We could have a jelly plate powwow. Because I'm sure that's what you want to do with your time, is spend it in Minnesota with a little old lady drinking spiced wine. Oh my. All right, let's give this a try. We'll see if I'm learning anything tonight. So what I usually do, and what I think I'm going to do tonight, is learn. So I usually get projects started, which I've done here. I don't usually learn. I was going to say I usually learn stuff and then do it, but that's not true. I've done mixed media more than this by far, so I can't claim to be just learning. But I usually start a project, whatever it is, and then finish it on my own and show it later. So I think what I will do is actually have a printing day tomorrow. Try to print all of the things that I need for this show for this person. And then I will bring them back next Wednesday and show them at the start of the show. And show you what I ended up with. And we'll see how well I did or didn't end up pulling off the Aether Mage business. Alright. There's that. Now, we need some swirly stuff, or it just doesn't pull off the thing. So you said to put the paint on here. So do I brayer it out on my paper and then brayer it onto the stencil? Or do I brayer it out in a layer and then put the stencil in it? A or B? It actually sounds like a hoot. Well, I'm here all the time, Casey. I would not consider me a vacation destination, but you're welcome anytime you want to show up at my door. Okay. Okay, gotcha. So A, I think. I think you're saying A. My husband says, stop giving options. Just ask me a question. Alright, so what color do I do these in? I mean, they're vines, right? I gotta do them in the green. Or should I do them more subtle than that and do them in the cream color? Oh, you know you're going to do green. Quit asking silly questions. It's what you do, lady. It's what you do. All right. Brayer it on the green. Because that's what I do. So apparently this Aether Mage was highly influenced by a druid. That's all there is to this story, because there you go. Druid influence if I ever saw it. A little more down here. Aha! Not too shabby, kid. Thanks for the advice. I like it. Now, I cannot. I think this is good. But what do I pull this with? The black just keeps making it too much. So I think I want to do cream and another color because I really do love that glow thing. So I either need to do cream and the darker green, or blue or purple. Dark green, blue, or purple. Go the green. Okay, I did the green already though, but you weren't talking about this next green. Okay, what if I did tone on tone? I mean, so far I love it, but I personally love it, but so far it's not working. I think I'm trying to force something to work that I just don't know if I can get to work. I don't know. Blue. Oh, Lisa says blue. Okay, we did the green, and now you guys say blue, so we're going to go blue. All right, we're going to go cream and blue. You know what? Which will actually probably get me some background green. So I trust you guys, and here we go. We're going to go with the cream there and here, right? And I think sit there. Okay, right there. And then blue. And come on, get off the bottle. Get off the bottle. Come on. There we go. Now, don't overmix. This will be lovely. Okay. Don't know what I'm going to end up with under there. Looks like some blotches I won't like and some blotches I will. Ah! Alright. Are you ready, guys? Here we go. Fingers crossed. This is the last one. Oh. Oh, the question was for the next color. And Lisa decided for me. Because I was contemplating putting another green on, but my tone-on-tone idea just is not working, no matter how badly I want it to. What I might do, from what you guys helped me learn and what I learned myself tonight, I think we worked together very well, by the way, folks. So what I learned tonight and through the practice stuff and through the stuff that's actually going to get used, I think I will take this and do some 8x10s and some 5x7s tomorrow. And maybe try my idea for the tone-on-tone business, since I'm so desperate to make it work. I think that I'll try it and make sure that it's something that I do in stages and let dry a lot, right? And then I'll do faster pulls like I've been doing tonight while the other one dries. I'll see what I can figure out, but yeah, let's see. All right, what do we think of that one? I don't like the big blue blobs in it, but I like that one a lot. I do like that one a lot. Look at the dimension and the swirls in there. I know it's hard to imagine, but you got to think of it when it's cut up and put in a card. So just like maybe this little chunk right here, have it be the front of a card. This little chunk right here. Oh, that one's cool. Okay. I'm happy with that. So we ended up making that page that can be used. This is a little bit of an embarrassment, but I can still use it. And we made this page that can be used. And yeah, that's, oh no, you know what? I do believe that I'm going to use this stuff to layer the cards. So we have all this stuff to use too. I wonder if the silvery one will look good on the black. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. I might use this stuff to layer underneath a focal point, though. What do you think? Yeah, me too. Me too, because I actually don't want it to look like a druid, right? I want it to look like swirls of magic floating through the air kind of concept. And I really think that pulled it off. This is still by far my favorite. And I wish that I could repeat that, except I don't know how we did it. I think I started with black, then I did cream and blue, or cream and green, and then we pulled with blue. Does that sound right? All right. I don't know if you guys can stick around for one more or even want to, but I'm going to try that and see if that's right. Because I believe that was the one. That's way too much black, but I think this is the one where I tried to get pewter. Come here, you. There we go. Oh my gosh. Come on. I just need... Oh, whoops. Okay then. I need to conserve my silver, so I think I'll blob it all out on this last one. That's great. Okay. I'm going to do this one kind of quick, because I need to go to bed. I need to go to bed, guys. I'm getting a little ridiculous. Misbehaving. Okay, just do this quick, lady. Alright. I think we did this. Let's find out. I am loving this roll of tissue. I can just imagine that this is going to be super fun to play with. Yikes. Okay. Okay. And you get back in your basket and stop bugging me. Okay. Oh. Oh my gosh, Casey, you so have to tell me if you have some successes that I'm not having. Oh. If you're playing with the same concepts, do share any information you come across. Because I'm telling you, I learned a lot from watching videos on YouTube from gel print people. But I can honestly tell you, I said it before, nobody's trying to get this aesthetic. This is not a thing. I don't think I pulled enough. Oh, I think it might have been too dry. Anyway, well, we'll figure it out, right? All right, cream and green next. Are you dry yet? It is not dry. I guess I don't particularly care because I seem to be pouring paint anyway. It's almost dry. Ow. Just shut my hand in my paint bottle. Ow. All right. Ready? Here we go. All right, I think this is right. What do you think, Lisa? Does this look right so far? Gosh, I think it does. I think then the blue comes through in the swirls. Fingers crossed, man, because that first concept was just good. Okay. I did put the paint on the stamp last time, but I am trying to copy. This one to figure out if I know how I did it. because that's my favorite one so far. This one is my second favorite because I love the way this muted gray-green color comes through. And then I kind of lost my way. I started getting too goofy with it. So I'm trying to backtrack and get back to the beginning. Because I started out good and I went downhill from there. Oh, don't throw your stamps, lady. That's very rude. Sorry if that was loud for you guys too. All right, here's the question. The bright blue, the metallic blue, or some kind of mix? I think I gotta go straight up blue. No, well, gosh darn me. I could go purple, the purple metallic this time, because I'm still gonna learn if the swirls come through the same way they did on that other one. Now the blue. Okay. You forgot. I don't think you have to be that sad about forgetting, Lisa. Cheer up. Mix it up. Oh. All right. You know what I wish I had? I wish I had a nice red, because doing a nice red with this metallic color shift purple would be an awful lot of fun. I'll try some fun tomorrow. Let's do this with the purple this time. This color all by itself is mixing it up because it's a color shift. So it depends on which direction you hold it. But it's going to come through on those vines, and that's going to be pretty cool, I think. Well, unless I do it too early and pull up all the other design anyway. Gosh darn me. Oh, so impatient. That is not new. I always have been impatient. You think I could learn a thing or two? Nope. Not me. Fingers crossed. Yeah, fingers crossed is right. Here we go. Okay, this is the big reveal. This is it, kids. This is the whole night's work right here. Next week it's back to mixed media. Next week it's back to book cover art. And maybe art journaling. I'm not sure. Definitely a book cover though. And it'll be a whole new aesthetic again. All right. Are we ready? We are. All right. That is how we did it. That is how the first one is done. I'm really glad that I copied it because it means that I did actually learn how to do the thing. Now I bet tomorrow when I'm doing it again, I bet I can mix it up better, right? Like I can use some of my other stamps and some of my other stencils and get the aesthetic I'm looking for. You know, in a bunch of different ways. Other than this part right here where I smudged it, that's kind of the look, right? That's magical and industrial at the same time. I don't know. I think so. Do you guys think so? right. That's the end of the show, guys. I gotta go to bed pretty soon, and there's a lot of cleanup. I made a giant mess here. Casey, Lisa, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you to you other people if you're still here, or, you know, if you were gone or you come later. Everybody, I appreciate the company. It's awesome. And next week I will show you how everything ended up and what the product was that we're making this for. We'll get some tags out of this for that craft show, and we'll do a whole mixed media project because I need a book cover. I need a book cover for another journal I have to make. You're leaving your mess? Just walk away. Just walk away, Casey. I'm going to clean up this because this will ruin my brush and my sponges. So this is all I'm actually going to clean. And wait, I'm also going to try to clean this because I kind of got into my work a little bit. I got a little into it. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Good night. See you next time.